Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, ATN Gaming here. And this weekend we have the test server for the remastered War Robots that we can play. This is the first time ever that I am playing on a test server and testing out the remastered version. So this is I haven't seen anything besides all of the promotion videos from War Robots and all of the pictures that they have posted in regards to remastered. But I have not played any other test server myself. So I think this is the final test server that they are allowing us to play and give final feedbacks and final thoughts. And soon after this, the War Robots remastered version will be released, I think pretty soon. So as you can see here, all of the robots and weapons are available in the test server. And I don't think that in the menu and in the hangar the visuals are not very different. It's very similar to what we are used to in the current version on the 6.3 update, but the actual gameplay and the maps and the bots and the weapons when playing will be very different, and it depends on which settings you're going to play. When I was playing the test server, I did not check which settings I was playing with. I just basically downloaded the test server, installed it, and just started playing. So here you can see me that I am setting up a random hangar. I just picked a few bots and weapons that I like to play with to test them out. And I have to say that the overall experience that I had and also opinion about the remastered version is quite positive. It looks really good. But then again, I cannot tell you on which settings I played, whether that's super high or regular high or low. I forgot to check, but overall it's really cool. So I made a compilation of my gameplay for the test server, and right now there is a giveaway for everyone who does the test server. Is that play 5 matches and send over your feedback to them, and you will have a chance to win one of the Hawks giveaway that they're doing right now. So this is the recording of my 5 matches. I have shortened as much as I could, but in every match that I've played is quite a lot of action, a lot of battles. So I try to keep it as as fun as possible. I also give you some commentary and my opinions on the look of the weapons and the bots, the way it plays, the maps. I think in the test server only one map, Power Plant, is available because I played 5 matches and all of them were on Power Plant. But that looks really nice as well. So I'll go through it, and let's jump into a battle here, and I will I'll give you some of my thoughts on the remastered version. Before we jump into the match, I actually wanted to mention that I'm playing in this test server right now is the Behemoth with Dragoons, 2 times Hawk. One setup is with Redeemers and Magnums, and the other one is Nucleon with Quirker. And I also have, I think, a Archon with Embers and a Blitz with Quirkers. So we're jumping to a match, and final thought on the menu, by the way, is that I thought the menu was very dark. So I have put this in my feedback with War Robots as well. So you can see I'm starting off with a Blitz with Quirkers here. This is Power Plant, and it looks really nice. It looks more realistic. Better graphics, better colors, better shadows, and that kind of stuff. As you can see here on the side, in the current version there is no water coming in, and here you can see that the beacon, which is white here, the beacon is still white on the left, but that is in water, so that's quite cool. Here you can see me adjusting the screen sensitivity. Somehow is that the sensitivity was really fast, so if I was looking around, it was going too smoothly and too fast. So it was a bit difficult for me to aim, so I had to adjust that a little bit. And I have to say that during the test server playing, I did not play with any strategy or tactics in mind. I just played whatever I wanted. You see me adjusting the sensitivity again. Yeah, the overall, as you can see the wall here on the left, it actually moving and it looks really nice. The boss looks really nice. You see the ability of the blitz. You see the thing on his back. That looks really nice, by the way. Much better and nicer than what we have in the current version of the 6.3. Yeah, I think the blitz is really is done really well. Here you can see me jumping into the hawk as well. Yeah, it's a new bot, but it looks nice in the remastered version. I have the Redeemer and Magnum. I like the way that Redeemer is shooting. You see in a bit you'll see the Redeemer shooting, and there's a animation at the end of the cannon of the weapon that's coming out. I really like that little touch. You see here how the hawk is flying up. In my opinion, the beam that is firing from the hawk is a bit too thick. It's too present during the match. Now, if there's just a few bots, that's fine, but later on in the test server, in my opinion though, is that when there's a lot of bots and everybody's shooting everyone, there are so many things going on and so many weapons, you know, like calamities and dragoons and machine guns. Every weapon has some kind of, you know, trail or a dust trail shadow thing, which is really cool and nice, but it makes the gameplay very chaotic. It's very like busy and it's all over the place. In my opinion, that needs to go down a little bit. Here I'm starting with the hawk with nucleons and quirkers. I'm not sure, but I think in the current server is that the special edition of nucleons shoots yellow orange type of bullets, or you know, weapons. The nucleon shoots different color than what I see here though. Is that here you can see that it's shooting like blue, purplish nucleon colors. I'm not sure that's right now on the current server, but it looks really nice. The way that nucleon shooting, the play and feel of it is really good. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. The way that the hawk would fly up, I also like that animation. That's done properly as well. And the behemoth is with the dragoons, in my opinion, is one of the best remastered version, especially the dragoons. As you can see, it looks way cooler, and also the way it shoots looks really cool. But also here, the dragoon, like the animation of the when you shoot it, it's really nice when you're fighting one bot like now. So the battlefield isn't that crowded and busy and chaotic, but when there's so many people shooting each other, later on I'll show you, you'll see it, it's just too much. So in my opinion, they need to tone it down a little bit, for the dragoons, for the machine guns, especially also the Titan weapons needs to be toned down a little bit. I chose the behemoth for the test server just because I really like the bot, but unfortunately it's really it's really weak in the live server. Also because of the fact that now with Scorpion and Hog and so many meta bots that can kill the behemoth in like a few seconds, it's just no fun playing it. But I really like the behemoth with 4 heavy weapons. Yeah, so here you can see me playing the Altron with the Ember. So in my opinion, the animation for the Ember is not my type of, you know, it's not my style. Even though you see here, I'm not taking the beacon, by the way, because we already have 2 beacons and they have 0, and I didn't want the match to end so quickly, so I just ignored the beacon and I went for this. I didn't know it was a behemoth until I came closer, but it's using those rockets that's flying into the air, you know, so it was just very annoying because he used that to kill my behemoth. Back to the Embers, I don't like the animation of the Ember because it doesn't look like fire, you know, it looks something else than fire, and it looks cool, but I don't like it. I like the current version in the live server, and if they would just remaster that version, That would be way better. Now here you can see the Arthur. I chose the Arthur here in the test server because I use an Arthur in the live server myself. But I always, I decided not to go for the Catalysm. So I always wondered how it would be to play a Catalysm on my Arthur. And it's pretty good because the 600 meters is nice. But the only thing that I don't like is the lock-on time that you need. But yeah, I guess everything has advantages and disadvantages. In my opinion, I think the Arthur on the live server that I use with just the machine guns and cannons is good. Was a good choice of me to do that. But the Arthur looks really nice in the test server. What I really like is the animation for his ability. Later on, you'll see me use it a few times, but it looks way better and way cooler than what we have now on the live server. Especially on the back of the Arthur, you can also see some animations like some type of fire thingy coming out when you use your ability, which is a nice touch. I do feel like that they could have made the animation of the push, you know, the ring around the Arthur when you use the ability a little bit longer, so it's longer visible and you know, so that you can actually see it happen. But that's just a small detail. In my opinion, the Arthur looks really well, done well in the remastered version. This is what I mean, by the way, with weapon shooting, and it's all over the place. You see how chaotic it is, and then someone is shooting in the back, one of my teammates, and apparently I'm blocking all of his shots. But do you see how chaotic and it's all too much, right? You got the Hawk's beamer, you got the Titan weapon shooting, you got the rockets coming in, which all have shadow and smoke trails and whatnot. And it looks really great, and the graphics, everything, the design is really done well. But it's just too much. Look at that. I can only shoot at him because there is a red mark that is telling me he's there. But as you can see, it's just so chaotic, and it's all too much. In my opinion, they should tone all those weapons down a little bit. All of the smoke and trails that's coming from the weapons should be way less. I'll give them the feedback later after this video, after the recording. So here I am changing the behemoth setup. I'm going to change the dragoons with 4 glaciers just to see how that, how strong that's going to be on the behemoth. Even though I know I don't play the behemoth on the live server, I still really like the bot, and it's more of a fun bot, just like the Mender and the Cerberus, which I also like to play, but they're just too weak in the current meta. So unfortunately, I won't be playing them on a regular basis. So this is the 3rd match, I think, yeah, or the 2nd. I'm not sure anymore. Anyway, here I'm in the Auchun. I really like how they remastered the Auchun as a bot. It looks really nice. Yeah, it looks more modern, much more, how you say it, more, not mechanical, but the accents that they've put on it, as you can see on the back, looks really nice. Here I'm going to test out the behemoth with 4 glaciers. Even though the cryo weapons has received a nerf, last time I played on the live server, someone was playing the Auchun with glaciers on it, MK2 level 5 or 8 or something like that, and that one damaged my Arthur in one flight. I think half of my HP was gone. So that was, the cryo weapons are still good, but I think because of the nerf, they need to be, yeah, they need to be higher leveled, at least MK2 level, level 2 or 3 upwards. They're still really good, but obviously, the author's weakness is splash damage and rockets, fire weapons, and that kind of stuff. So any author players out there, keep that in mind, or if you play against another author, make sure that you have a bot that has a lot of splash damage and strong rockets. That's a good way to kill that author really fast. So back to the gameplay. You see here the animation of the hawk flying up. It's not a big difference with what we have right now, but I really like the new remastered version of it. The way it looks and how it's done with the colors and the details looks really good. Here you can see me trying to fight the bulwark, and somehow the shield of the bulwark is still there, and I was not able to kill it and go through a shield. Here another hawk that I'm jumping in, shooting against the Ao Ming. You see, I feel like the hawk beam should be a little bit thinner. You see, it's just too much, too big, but that's my opinion. I'm really curious to whether you guys agree with me on that, or whether you think it should be bigger, perhaps. But I think it could be a little bit thinner. It's still a strong beam. It should be a strong beam because it's it's supposed to be a strong weapon against the Titans. But the way it looks right now, I mean, imagine if you have 4 hawks on the field, and they all are using their ability and they're shooting. It's just like chaos on the battlefield. Jumping into the author, did you just see that? I used the ability and I just love the animation and I'm really happy with it. Also the fact that I'm using an author on the live server myself, and this will be the remastered version that looks really great. I think the shotgun, as you can see, the shotgun blast from the Ao Yun against my author, that looks really nice too. And in the later footage you can see some how the shotguns like Halos, Corona, I think, how the animation looks in the remastered version. It looks really nice. It's it's done really the animation is done really good. So another battle is always the power plant. Somehow I don't think they gave any other maps. Look at that animation of the blitz. I just love it. Yeah, looks really good. I also like the animation of the rockets. You see those rockets? And those shadow smoke trails looks great. But when there's so many people playing, so many people shooting and firing, it's just too much. You see the shotguns from, I don't know what it is. I think it's a bulwark that's shooting at me. It looks nice. It looks, it's cool. The color is cool. I really like it. Though I don't use the shotguns or any of those types myself in the live server right now. I don't think I'm gonna start using them in the remastered version, but they look cool. Here you can see the rockets again, really nice animation. The smoke is looks way better than what we have now in the live server. Somehow here is that the invader survives my beam, my ability. Luckily he jumped away, like there was some lag, but he jumped away and I had like little HP left. But he survived my ability, even though my ability is supposed to surpass his defense points or his reduction resistance. But here you can see I was really lucky. I shot the other hawk and I have 37 HP left, I could have died there because the hawk ability is that a part of the damage I do to the hawk will be returned back to me, and I survived at 37 HP, which was nice. Back into the behemoth. I don't really like the setup. actually, after playing this on the test server, is because of the range. The range of 300 meters is just too little. It's just, you know, you have to get really close. Like, look at this. It's a hawk. And I think I barely made it. I had some help, I think, as well. The animation, by the way, of the glaciers looks also really nice, but if you saw it, just go back a few seconds, you could see that the rockets got a whole like smoke trail, icy look, right? It was really wide, really big. Like I can't even see the other enemy anymore when I use it and when I shoot, you know. So in my opinion, that is just too much. So glaciers, rhymes, and cryos, they need to be toned down just a little bit. Every weapon needs to be toned down a little bit because this is just, yeah, ridiculous in my opinion. You know, you can barely see where you're shooting at or the enemy and what it is, or you know, and so on. I'm trying to capture the beacon here, but no chance with the Ao Ming watching me. I love that animation of the built-in ability of the author. I think this part is a good part of the battle because I'm walking in with my author, and I think I just take down almost every bot and titan that I can that I see. With a hawk on the right side, I totally ignored that one. I think they know this is going after it. Now the Ao Ming with the rockets there, that is a problem. So I'm walking back a little bit because we all know that when an author is really close and you fly above it, they can all shoot directly from the top and you'll lose a lot of HP. So I walked backwards just to be sure. But the Ao Ming with the rockets has been taken down. So basically I can just go tanky on them right now and rush in. So I think that's a Kit, that's an Arthur, and that's an Invader. First one to go will be the Kit here. Yep. And then the Arthur. Oh, I love that animation. He doesn't stand a chance against me because he has 3 times those calamity type of weapons. The what's it called again? The catalysm and the beta version of it. And those weapons are a little bit weaker against the author's shield. If you would compare that to the machine guns. Here you have a scorpion that's trying to damage me and kill me. I lost one beta weapon here, but it's it's still good enough to move forward. The author is really tanky, so that's what I like about it. And I saw the scorpion coming in on the back there, and my ability just killed it. Another scorpion here, and I think in combination with that scorpion, and I'm kind of getting shot in the back, they managed to kill the author, but that ends the battle as well. So I think up to the last 2, so this will be the 4th match, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Could be the last match as well, I'm not sure. Oh, I think this is the last match here. Yeah, I remember, because then I spawned from this position, and this is team deathmatch as well. I'm curious to what you guys, by the way, think of the Hawk. I think on YouTube, War Robots and the Android tournament last time on Android, there were a lot of giveaways for the Hawk. A lot of people got them from the giveaways, or they got them from the event chest. So I think quite a few people have a Hawk now. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I have a Hawk. I'm lucky enough to win one of those hogs during a lore question quiz during the Android tournament. And I have one hog right now in my life hanger. It's MK1 level 10 with Dragoons and Marquez on weapons on it. It's decent, but I really need to level up my weapons in order to have a stronger inbuilt-in beam firing at the Titans. So I'm planning to MK2 the Dragoons, and it's more of a snipe, but then again the beam is on 500 meters anyway. But the sniping is really nice at 600 meters, and if your weapons are highly upgraded, the enemies won't know what hit them, and I think like in a few shots they'll lose like 80% of their HP, or they will be killed. So easy kills that way. And in certain maps where sniping is really good, it's really a sniper map, the Hawk with the Dragoons is a really good setup. I have that setup because I don't have any other weapons that I feel is good to play with. I tried the Glaciers, I tried Embers and that kind of stuff, but that's because it's so close range and my Hawk isn't strong enough. It's not tanky enough to brawl like that. I chose a sniper setup. But in my opinion, I think the strongest Hawk setup would be the 2 Nucleons with the Quirkers. Unfortunately, I only have 1 Nucleon and 1 Quirker on the live server. Here you see me in the Behemoth for Glaciers. I wanted to kill the guy here, yeah, that guy. But I saw the Ao Ming, so I had to go back. But the Ao Ming right now is being distracted. So I try to walk into the 300 meters, shoot my weapons to freeze it, and then stand still and shoot all 4 weapons. Look at the damage that I'm doing to him. I know I'm not the only one shooting, but still, it's pretty good damage. But then he sees me, and the Ao Chun sees me, and I'm dead. So the Glaciers are good, but not on the Behemoth, because the Behemoth is just too clumsy, and too weak. But like on an Ao Chun, it's really, it's deadly. Here you can see me, I was kind of rushing, so I used my ability, and right at the moment that I would encounter him, my ability is gone, and that was my mistake. And of course I had no idea there was an Ao Chun, so it just killed me. For a second there I thought I survived, but it was just a lag that was lagging a little bit. So I decided to, it's time for payback. So I let him use his ability. He's shooting for someone else, great. And then he shoots at me. Now I go for my ability, which means that when he lands, I will have some ability left on the timer there, on the clock, and just take him down. Yeah, he would made a chance if he didn't land on the roof, because if he landed on the roof, which means that his stealth ability would wear off sooner. If he would land it on the ground, it would give him a few more seconds, and those few more seconds could have compensated for the fact that I used my ability later than he did. But yeah, just a small minor detail there. Here another Ao Chun. I'm waiting for him, and luckily he didn't aim at me, so I got the chance to shoot him with my embers. You see the ember, I don't feel like this is not fire, it just looks weird. I mean, if they wanted to make it a little bit more realistic, change the whole fire animation then, because this just looks ridiculous. It's so weak. It looks so weak. It doesn't look powerful like it's, and the embers are powerful weapons. They are powerful weapons, but not like this. It's just so, look at the flamethrower of that. It's just so thin and weird. Yeah, not my favorite of the remastered version. So finally I have the Titan here. I love that animation. Every time I played it, I just use it to look at the animation. Oh, by the way, I just noticed the Calamity, if you use it, there's like a round circle on the weapon that is visible. I don't think that's right now on the live server. I think that's something new. But then again, I don't use catalysms on my author, so I have no clue. Um, but it looks pretty cool, pretty good animation. And what I mean by those smoke trails and machine gun stuff, look at that. Look at that trail of the machine guns. It's just too much. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but look, I'm shooting here on purpose to show you guys. Isn't that a bit too much? Like, tone it down just a little bit. It's cool to have those effects. It's cool to see it, but it's just too much. I think that was the last battle. So that's the end of it. Overall, I like the remastered, but the main concern that I have, guys, is the lag. I really hope that they will fix the lag in the remastered version, but the looks and the feel of it looks great. The menu is a bit dark, in my opinion, though, and the chaos on Battlefield. Look at that! I can't even see the catalysm here. What's that? So I gave the feedback to Pixonic it's too dark. The chaos on Battlefield with all those weapons shooting, it's too much. The animation is all too much. But overall, I really like it. It looks way better with all the details, more realistic. The maps look great, or at least the power plant. I haven't seen anything else besides that. It looks really good. The weapons and the bots that had got remastered looks great. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope they'll release it soon. That's it, guys. It's a long video, but thank you for sticking all the way to the end, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.